Hello, everybody. I am Yolanda Marie. I do have some messages from the Arcturians today, okay? I've got the messages here on my handy iPhone in front of me. But today, what came through strongly, and a lot of you might also be receiving this, you might have been experiencing this, because we are now out or coming out of Mercury retrograde. But one way or the other, the energy definitely just went off and running. Okay. Really, there was a hurricane here in Florida, and there's still a lot of, we're still in hurricane season. Okay. So it's left Florida and it's gone somewhere else. There's a lot of clearing going on right now. Okay. So we're not going to get into a lot of that in this particular message, but just tune in. Okay. Follow your own quantum stream and go to where your guidance guides you, because a lot of people who tune into the earth mother, and do a lot of work with, do a lot of grid work, if you will, are following more closely what's happening between, or the relationship between, the clearing that's happening and the solar activations. Okay, now I feel them intuitively and then get messages from the Arcturians, guides, sometimes your higher selves, other groups. Okay, but other people tune directly into the earth on a regular basis, and you may be even in that number. Yeah, all that's going on. So what the Arcturians want me to remind you, and the guides want me to remind you today, is to allow things to pass through you, because when this forward movement, while this is trying to happen, and when this burst of energy occurred, that is accompanied with a release. You may have felt this release physically. Okay, so crying out of nowhere, something just coming out of you, there is a big release. There is a big, I'm hearing dropping of baggage. But this is like, they're calling it like a terminal frequency offload. Okay, it's like you're offloading what is no longer needed for this next stage of your life. But you're doing it like in a very short amount of time, like hours, even moments for some of you. Okay, it'll just be a little bit that's left. It might come out of left field, out of nowhere. You could be in the middle of a farmer's market and just fall into tears, or just see something, have a revelation and realize, I don't need that anymore. Okay, this is the sort of thing that's going to happen over the next couple of days. Okay, over the next couple of days. Okay, the planets do not control us. However, when you align with the movement that's happening, there's a correlation between our energy, our direction, our purpose and intent. Okay, there's some pre-planning, there's some post-planning that's happened regarding our purpose, and from higher perspective, we are directly involved in that. No one is running our show, okay? It's us. Yeah, we are definitely aligned with what's going on. The retrogrades and the effect they have on us is with purpose, with intent, and perfectly designed to have us revisit what we need, right? And so this is what's gone on after this last, we'll call it a phase, stage, rotation, cycle of creation. This last cycle of creation was magnanimous, collectively and individually in many cases. The Arcturians are saying, trust that your angels and your guides will gently take care of the loved ones that you may be worried about. Your worry or your fear are keeping you attached to a specific situation. Now, this isn't inherently bad to be attached to a situation, okay? We are pulling away from attachments, however, the more that we expand, that's a natural part of the process. But don't beat yourself up, okay? So this isn't where we're going with this message. But your worry or fear are keeping you attached to a specific situation, and they're talking about one that you no longer desire. Through this one or more specific situations, they're saying, and now I'm quoting them quite a bit, okay? You may be maintaining a corridor, is what they've been calling it with me very often. You may be maintaining a corridor to what you may now consider a negative quantum stream. So that's a quantum stream in which the components foster the creation of circumstances that contradict your higher purpose. It actually contradicts your current goals, your current desires, which will now, because you're tuning into this stream, are going to come much more through your heart. They're much more heart focused, and therefore inherently more focused on the higher good of the collective consciousness. And they're more naturally going to benefit the collective human consciousness, okay? And that pans out to the galactic expanse as well, okay? This is a trickle effect, like a domino effect is a better way to put that, okay? They're saying that if you simply trust your higher aspects and the higher aspects of those that you're worried about, and the angels and guides which are guiding and protecting you thus far, you can shift your thought process toward positive creation. Okay, so I hope that really makes sense for you guys. And I hope you realize, because I'm really getting a sense that, and it's really coming through very largely from the Arcturians, lots of confirmation that a lot of you really don't realize how much the work that you are doing really is affecting the populace, affecting situations around you, let alone it's affecting the entire planet. Okay, many of you know that, but this is what needs to be said. You, in this individual casing, this meat suit, this body that used to be so dense, you're rapidly dropping the density. Okay? Your vibration, as it increases, as your frequency rises, okay, just to give you a visual, something to relate to in these terms, you are inherently creating an environment in which others will more easily be able to adjust to that. You are doing the hard part here. You're doing the heavy lifting. This is what you may not be remembering. And at this time, as the momentum is having a burst forward, you will be activated into action that may redirect you from places, people, things who you rightly very much love. Okay, situations that have been very familiar. This is what they're addressing, okay? This isn't new. But you are indeed, especially if you're tuned into this, you are definitely expanding into this larger thing that will make it easier for someone to experience it, okay? In later generations, and perhaps much, much sooner, but certainly in the generations to come. Okay, so I'm hoping that makes sense, okay? Love you guys so, so much. All right, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Namaste.